Alright, back. So last time we got it working, and now what I want to do is first I'll show the problem. So if I run, what did I call it? Solve. So if I run this, it works. It runs what we did last time. Takes a minute. Why is it going longer than usual? I don't know. And by the way, solve, I got that by basically doing the same thing as before, just using the CWrap method here. So if I do, but here's the issue. If I do solve and then I hit enter to run it, by the way, I can type over here. Okay. So if I hit enter to run it and I try typing over here, nothing works because it locks up the main thread because it's not running in a web worker. So you'll see after this is done running, all the stuff I've been typing will appear over there suddenly. All right, so that's an issue. I want this to run in a web worker so that doesn't happen. So I looked into the documentation, see if there's anything we could do through Emscripten. It looks like um, I read through this already, and I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I mean, it seems to do kind of what I want to do. The wasm workers API enables this code, C++ code to leverage web workers, which is what I'm trying to do, and shared WebAssembly.memory, shared array buffer to build multi-threaded programs. So this might work for what I'm trying to do, but I think it's more than I need to do. I need to build the code by passing in that flag. Both compile and link steps. The example code creates a new worker in the main thread, which shares the same WebAssembly module and WebAssembly memory object. Maybe this is what I want to do. But before I even do that, the first thing I want to do is have this run without that built-in, or not the built-in, the HTML file I give you. I want my own HTML file. So first thing I'm gonna do is go to site and let's see, minimum. Why does that work actually? Chat index. Oh, okay, that works. Every time I was moving that minimum, it actually didn't do anything. The minimum.html, because it's the same, I believe, as the um, index.html. Can I do this? Index.html minimum HTML. And then what if I do that and minimum.js? A bunch of stuff, yeah. Okay. So yeah, the output of that diff was nothing because they're exactly the same. So that's why that was working. What's the difference between this and index.html.path? There's a difference there. What is index.html? Ah, that's just that basic Nginx thing. I don't really need that, but I'll keep it. I'll keep the minimum.html. Anyways, what I want to do is rm index.html and then index.html. All right, an HTML file. I haven't done this in a while. Write one from scratch. Head. Um, Actually, I'll put those on the same level. body, we'll put it space, or new lines, body, body, testing, title, title, new page. And let's go publish. Let's see what we get. Where is this? Here. All right, so we get testing. Cool. All right, so I want to see if I can link the JS in there myself. So let's go with cd space Nano index. And instead of loading it in the head, I'll just do it down here. Script source equals minimum.js script, and then script source equals app.js, we'll call it. Okay, actually I want a little bit of space there. Not a big deal, but cool. Publish. Let's see if I have access to those things. I don't know. Says it works. Do I have something called app.js? I guess I do. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I do. Okay, app.js. So it just has console log in there. Okay, I want to see if I have access to module dot. I'm just gonna try all the same stuff I had before and see if it still works. It should. Hmm. I don't think the HTML file is doing anything special to make it work, but maybe. I mean, the one they generated. So that still works. That still works. That still works. And I need to copy this next line. Let's see. Paste. Let solve equal run LP Solver 5. It returns a number and it, yeah, it takes a string, right? Let me copy this so I don't have to keep typing it or figuring it out every time. And solve. Cool. Solve. Alright, cool. That still work. Did I go slower the next time? Oh. All right. I think I know why I was going slow. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's really fast. I think it had something to do with how it was outputting it in the HTML or something. All right. Next thing is I want an input box. Test it out. It runs really fast, so it's going to be a small issue, but it's fine. I mean, a small issue to test it out. For an input box here, input. You know what? Let's move these over. Also want to do indentation. Linux indentation. nano RC, RC, set. I want to see an example. Indent. What? Set indent. Ah, tab size. Okay. Nano RC. Let's put it in the home. Where's a good place to put it, actually? Um, will it be picked up here? I think so. Set tab size. Let's try 2. So, didn't work. Hold on, let's read this whole thing. Oh, it's .nano RC. Duh. Why did I nano RC to nano RC? Okay, cool. Um, nano app. Okay. 2 is a little small, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Actually, okay, so let's go back to minimum, index. Oh, did it automatically do it? That's cool. Alright, so I have an input type equals text. Is it like that? Yeah. Dang it. There we go. So we have this. So this will be the last time, hopefully I do this. So I'm gonna put all this code in the app file. Paste. Alright, here we go. Solve. It's really fast, but we'll try it. So it's too fast to even try. Um, that's alright. Well, based on our other tests, I know I'm pretty sure it's locking it up, right? How do I do a bigger problem? Hmm. Well, it's not set up to do that right now, but I'll have plenty of opportunity to test that. It actually makes me want to move on to the next part of what I'm doing, because then I'll really be able to test this, but it's fine. I can just keep doing what I'm doing. All right, let's see here. So I want to modify app.js. I want to copy these lines in here. paste, 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 and last one. All right, so that after we publish, wait, slash that, what? Why is that not work? What am I doing wrong? Publish that slash publish. How do you refer to something? What? Because that's site. So it's that publish? 'Cause if I did that, that would work. I don't know. What? Yeah, that worked. Because now it's getting an error. What did I do wrong here? What did it say? Missing after argument list at app.js 123? What? Where? So that's good. That's good. That all looks good to me. I don't get that. What am I missing here? Oh, wait. Is there no top level await? Is that the problem? Probably. Alright, let's just see if that's the case. I don't know. It's a weird error message for that issue. But I don't know. Alright. No, app. Alright, so it's in a function. Function run. I really need to know how to move around faster in this. And then run. And then async. Maybe? Maybe that's the issue. See if that fixes it. Cool. Alright, and then solve. Solve is not defined, really. Oh, right. It's not global. Hmm. Alright, let me modify this a little bit. Sano app. So this, I'm just gonna return this. Return. So I'm gonna return that function, and then we'll say let solve equals that, and then solve. Yeah, I'll call this instead of run, I'll call it init, I guess. Just to have a better name. It should work. Solve is not a function. Huh? Nine one. Oh, I didn't want to call solve. I didn't want to call solve. And why is it not a function? Oh, right, because you have to await it. Because we're inside of a async function, so the return value will be wrapped in a promise. So we just have to await. Solve. So I don't actually want to call solve. I just want to get it. Await init. What's the error now? Await is only about. Oh my gosh. Let me think about this. Um, but we need await in here. I mean, there's a few ways I could do this. Um, all right, let's just do this. You don't want to do this? It's kind of, I don't like it, but whatever. Let's just do it. Let's solve equals. It's not the greatest, but it'll get it working for now, which is all I care about. Cool. If we call it solve is not a function. So does this return a promise too? All right, let's try this. Async function init. Let's do async function. No, let's do at the end of this. Let's call it init data. Init data, we'll just do let data equals null, and then init data runs, and then no, I don't like how I'm doing this. Let's just do I'm gonna do what I was gonna do before. This is what I should have done. So we have a init, and then async function console.log function. Okay, so this will do let solve equals await init, and then again we'll return this. Let's just see if this has no errors. Test function, okay. Solve. Solve is not defined. Um, well, I can solve that by two things, but one of them I just want to do, just call it directly, so it'll load when the app loads. So this should run it right away. Cannot read properties of undefined reading A. I actually didn't think I'd have this much issue with what I'm doing. Like, what's going on? Let's do await init. Let's do console.log solve. I don't know what's going on. Okay. And then if I do, for example, well, let's do an fs.read here. So it has home. Is that where it was? Yeah, home/admin. Okay, so it does all that. That's working. All right. Am I doing the wrong thing? Hold on. No, crap that number string. Okay. So what about this? Does that work? What? All right, so this runs. It calls init, has a variable called solve, which is the return value of this, and then we're awaiting it because it's inside an async function. And we should get the value back. We're console logging it, console logging test function, and then calling it. It doesn't work. Like, why? I don't get that, actually. Let me just see it again. Cannot read properties of undefined. Emscripten cannot read properties of undefined. Hmm. Let me see if I do this. Let solve equals null. And then I just do that. Wait, what was that? Alright. Null is not a function. At app 10, what? What does that mean? Null is not a function. Huh. What does that have to do with what I'm doing? Oh, I do have let solve. This should just be solve. But still, I don't think that's... Why am I getting that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Async function. Oh, I do need a semicolon here. That's the problem, I'm not using semicolons. This is actually one case I do need one. I'm pretty sure that's the issue. There we go. Alright. Solve. Just look at it. Okay. And that works. That's freaking weird, man. Why does it not work elsewhere? I don't know. Like, why can't I call it in here? Or maybe I can now? Maybe? Let me see. There's something to do with the scope, right? Something to do with the scope of what I'm doing. Well, that's an issue, right? Like, how is that even gonna work? How is that even gonna work then? Hmm. I don't know. I should be able to call it out here. Solve, maybe? But this will run first. It won't work right now. Hmm. It's fine though, because I can call it anytime. So say I did like document. What's in there? Click function, and then did console log test one. What? That work? Alright, so if I do publish now, and then click, okay, cool. So now, if I come in here, how do you delete a line? Is it just Control K? Or no, I did Control X. Control K. Alright. So in here, if I just called solve, should be fine. Oh, this is a good way to actually test something too, I think. Alright, let's publish that. So now if I click, it should run it. Click it again, it should run it. And keep doing that. Let me see, how many times does it run it? If I click it twice. Does it run it twice? What's going on with my mouse? I think it does. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So that will work. Um, but as that's running, yeah, I want to be able to do other stuff. So how can I test that? Like solve and then document dot get element by ID input test input uh value equal state one. I think that'll work. If I go back in index, give this an ID, test input, publish, brief, load. Yeah, there we go. So it's only after it's done. So a good test would be if I can get it to instantly show up as opposed to having a tiny delay. Let me see. There's definitely a delay there. So it should show up immediately when I click if it's working correctly. Alright. So we need to work with the web workers. I'm not 100% sure this is gonna work, but um hmm. Alright. Um from web worker. Let's just look up web worker. Using web workers. Let's just set up a basic web worker. A worker is an object created using a constructor that runs a named JavaScript file. Okay, I think it's pretty simple actually. So we can maybe just rename this to worker. So here, and then if I call all of here, right, that should be fine. So if this calls it immediately, that's basically what I want the worker to do. Solve is not a function. Wait, didn't I just figure this out? What's going on? Oh, right. That's what the worker will do. Um, well, let me think about this. So worker doesn't need to init this every time, right? There's no reason for that. All the worker's gonna do is call solve, really. Hold on, let me read more about this. Workers run in another global context that is different than the current window. Okay. So that's actually exactly what I wanted to know. It makes sense. Dedicated workers, as mentioned in the article, as mentioned above, a dedicated worker is only accessible by the script that called it. In this section, we'll discuss the jobs found in our basic dedicated worker example. This allows you to enter two numbers to be multiplied together. Numbers are sent to a dedicated worker, multiplied together, and the result is returned. I'm actually thinking I might need to do this. Creating a new worker symbol, all you need to do is call the worker constructor. Specifying the URI of the script to execute in the worker main in the worker thread main.js. What's first and second? Input elements. Okay. Okay. So here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm trying to do what I'm doing now. Let me try to think about this. Well, let me read this again. Where is that? Workers run in other global contexts, thus using the Windows shortcut to get the current global scope. Yeah. Um. Hmm. So I could do a test. I'm pretty sure based on reading that, this will not work the way I'm hoping. And we will have to do something like this. But let me see something. Um, so let's just get a simple worker example. So let's move that app.js to app.js backup. What? Should basically renames it. All right, and then let's get a brand new app.js, and this will just do worker, new worker, something like that. Fonts my worker equals new worker. Fonts my worker. It's new worker. Worker.js. Actually, before I even do that, let's comment that. So I want to do console.log. What do they call it? Module? Alright, so this should have access to module. I didn't publish. Okay, cool. So there's module. And then, by the way, this should not have call main, right? Call main, yeah. Okay, cool. So it does not have, I mean, it does have access to module, as I expected, but the worker could not, I guess. So let's try that. Const my worker. Uh, well, let's bring this back in, and then my worker. So nano worker. .js console.log from worker. Let's make sure this is working. I don't think it's going to console log in here, but let's see. Maybe. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. All right, and then to test out the scope, let's go console.log. Well, let's put it afterwards. Console.log module. Yeah, expecting to see an error. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that's a problem. All right, what do you think about this? Let's read about it first. Using WebAssembly within workers. A simple example. But what I could do, I wonder if this would work. Um, Having minimum JS be the worker. So let's try that, I guess. Like, um, hmm. The problem with this is I don't think it's exactly what I'm looking for, basically. Maybe it is. Hmm. What's proxy to worker? Hmm. Then wasm worker 8. Header file. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. Let's read a little bit more about this before I get into that. Web worker, Emscripten. JavaScript runs on a single thread per web page in the browser. This limitation prevents CPU's intensive work on the client side. Let's see how wasm and web worker help pull through the problems by porting native libraries. Okay. Runs on a single thread. This main thread has access to the DOM and the UI. Any changes are made to the DOM are made from this main thread. Okay. To use a web worker object needs to be instantiated. Okay. There are plenty of examples online. There's a module. Really? I mean, this is one way, I guess, right? To use WebAssembly in JavaScript, you first need to pull your module into memory. So Emscripten does a lot of this for us. That's the problem, I think. Uh, what? Can we pass it in? Well, the other thing I was gonna try is um have minimum be the worker. But then I was thinking, so that's already built for us. How do I um I think this is the best way to do it. Now I'm reading all this other stuff. I think this is the best way to do it. What I'm trying to do. Um, I just don't quite. So build the code. Example code creates a new worker on the main browser thread, which shares the same blah blah blah. Then a post message is passed. That's the part that's not clear. Like, is it happening automatically because of this stuff? I guess. Is that what that is? I don't know. It's a little bit confusing to me. Um, I think it is, but I want to do a lot of the stuff from within JS, not within the C. I don't want to leave that as is. Make that very simple. So it says pthreads can proxy. So this, I don't even know how you would do this. So wasm workers on the other end do not provide a built-in JS function proxying facility, which is I think what I'm trying to do. Proxying a JS function with wasm workers can be done by explicitly passing the address of that function. Alright, well I think what I need to do honestly is what this guy is saying. Import it in the main thread and then pass to the worker. I think that's what I need to do. Pretty sure. I mean, that will work at least. Because if I just use this file as the worker, then what? What does that do? I don't think that'll help me. I don't know. Alright, let's look at these examples. Web workers allow JavaScript code to run in a separate thread. Da, da, da. Okay. We're going to pass the module, and it gives us a module. This is interesting. The code above will also work in a web worker if you wanted to do this in reverse. Load and compile the module in a web worker, and then pass the module to, oh, okay. I actually don't want to do that. So I want to pass the module to the worker. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's try that, I guess. But do I need to pass the whole module or just that function? Let's try just the function. So nano app. Okay, it's my worker. My worker dot post message. Now I gotta read how that works. We usually only care about the instance, but it's useful to have the module in case we want to cache it. I think what Emscripten gives us is the module, right? It's called module. I think that's what we need to pass, I guess. Let's just try passing. Yeah, let's pass the whole module. Can I just pass the function? So if I pass just the function, I don't think that'll work. I could try it. Anyways, let's see how post message works. My worker post message. Post message is the message, the object to deliver to the worker. This will be in the data field events. Okay, so post message. We'll pass in a function. Function, can you do that? How does this work? You know what? Let's just pass the module, right? Let's try that. Let's see if we get any errors doing that. Where is the thing? Module is not defined. Failed to execute. Could not be cloned. Okay. Just know like the JS does a bunch of stuff, man. I don't know. Like, cause I have a wasm file, right? I have a wasm file, and I could just do this, what it's saying. That makes sense. But that JS that Emscripten builds, I think does a lot of stuff. I should probably look at it. Let's look at it. It's kind of a mess. Let's see. Let's load it in here. Sources. Hmm. Let's have this. Yeah. Like it has the C wrap stuff. What's that stuff, man? I don't even know. Don't even know. Alright, we'll see the other thing I was gonna try. Let's make minimum filter. Let's just see if that even works. Minimum. I need to look this up. No. By word. If you want to move the cursor one word at a time, control space? What? No. Alt? Shift? Control? No. I like this question. Control space. Wait, did I do control space? Doesn't work. Hmm. What's up? Is my internet down? No. No. Huh. Wait, function? No. Control shift? Alt shift? Alt control? None of that worked. Huh. A works. It goes to the beginning of the line. I don't know. Maybe I should switch to Vim or something. Ah, this is interesting. So control arrow, one word forward, but that doesn't work. Doesn't do anything. It's probably something to do with the fact I'm on this web interface thing. Alright, I'll deal with it for now. It's just kind of annoying. Alright, here are a few such examples. Oh yeah, I just want this to be minimum. Publish. Run. There are no errors. That's good. This might, well, post message. Right. Let's get rid of that line. Actually, let's just comment it out. Yeah, no errors. I mean, this isn't an error, but interesting. New worker minimum.j. So how would I call? I think we could do shared worker maybe. Shared workers. A shared worker is accessible by multiple scripts. Oh no, this isn't what I'm looking for, I don't think. Hmm. I need to take a break here soon to get something to eat. Yes. Let me think about this. But what I don't want to do is like modify minimum.js. But I want access to minimum.js. Access.js. Import JS file into web worker? I don't think it's possible. Oh, import scripts. Worker threads have access to a global function import script, which doesn't import scripts. Really? That's exactly what I need, I think. All right, let's try worker.js again. Then worker.js. Worker.js is going to call import scripts. Minimum from worker. Let's just see if that works by itself. I could just let it all work, but let's just try that first. This will be great if this works. So far, so good. What if I put minimums? Is that gonna work? Or is it gonna give me an error? Yes. Cool. Alright. So it did probably load it. And now let's uncomment this line. I have no idea how to toggle that in there now. Toggle comment. Whatever. Can I do this? Let's see. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see. Aha, it works. Alright. Um, hmm. That's really nice. So, it's probably not the best way to do it, but it does seem to work. So now in here, I can put some of the stuff I had in app. Do I still have stuff in there? No. Okay. Yeah. So I can do what was in worker? From worker. Okay. So I could just remove worker and then go, I don't know, or no, move app.js.back to worker. And nano worker. All right, so in here I want to do import scripts minimum.js. So that will load it and call solve, maybe? Let's delete all this. I wonder if this will work. Let's try it. Solve is not a function. Okay, that's fine. Um, which makes sense because it's asynchronous. All right, but I want to in here do, how do you do it? Self dot on message? On message. Wait, on message. All right, so we can do self dot on message because that's implied, I think, but I do like it better putting it on message, and it takes a function as the first argument. Console.log received message. Let's test that out. Okay, so nano app my worker dot post message. We'll just send a string. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to show up anyways. Self.on message is not a function. Really? Didn't expect that. So just on message equals function. Received a message. Okay. And then, oh, wait a second. If I do that, okay, cool. I just had it wrong before. I don't know what I did before. Um, okay, so in the worker, no, in app, I want to set up that thing I had before. Document dot add event listener, click function, uh, that's that. How do I move that? No idea. I'll just put it afterwards. Okay. So when I click, it should send the message. Small delay. It's not a big deal though. It's pretty fast. Cool. All right. Now, uh, let's set up a my worker dot on message equals function, and then console dot log got message. So now inside of worker, nano worker on message, we'll say received message, and then we'll do self dot send message, post message. 1, 5, whatever. So we should see two of them. Received message, that's inside the worker, and then got message. Okay. Here, not a worker. Let's actually show the message. So I think it's data or something. Let me see. I mean, it doesn't matter what you name it. The e.data. Okay. Message. So they call it E, I guess maybe for event, but I'll call it a message. And then received message in worker. Let's actually just, we'll say message dot data. Post message. So nano app. And here, same thing, message. And I've got message worker. And then this will be message dot data. And then publish it. I'll try it again. Receive message in worker, test, message from worker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So we set that two-way communication up. And now what I want to do is go to the worker. So nano worker. We're gonna call solve in here. I think it'll work. Solve. I don't think we'll see anything, but I'm just hoping to not see an error message. Oh, we are seeing something. That's not good. Well, part of the reason for that is, if you notice, what's really nice is when I click, hold on, if I click it runs, but then I can type while it's running. And the other way we had to test that was, nano, or was that not in here? Nano worker? No, what am I doing? Nano app, just type it. Alright, the way I wanted to do that was post the message, and then it should change documents.get element by ID test input value worker. So it should instantly change that while it's doing its thing, instead of before there was a delay. Boom. So that's instant. Click, it appears, and it's still running. Perfect. All right. I think I have exactly what I want set up. Pretty much. Uh, when I do work with the threads at some point, which I think I will do, I'll have to look into this again. But for now, I think I'm okay. Cool. I'm gonna take a break and then I'll be back. Thanks for watching.